The road is tough, but we are tougher. These are not my words, but those of our inspiring guest, Kele, as she shares her story on the road from taking a whole year's break to jumping back on the saddle with newly found vigor and purpose. She is an absolute inspiration and killer. She is amazing, and that's why this conversation was amazing. Interestingly, we talk about relationships on the road, how she got out of the inevitable ruts you'll face, and how we can be more resilient in the face of adversity. I hope you enjoy this half as much as we enjoyed making it for you. So without further ado, on to the show. Welcome back, my people. This is The Road to CA. It's yours, it's mine, it's our conversation, where we look back, we look within, and we look beyond, not in the hopes that it will end, but that it will begin in CASA. We're joined with a truly wonderful and radiant soul, but someone who's not understanding that. She sent me in her pre-information that she's sighing at the wonderful journey she's been through. And what a wonderful journey she's been through. She is an accounting student. She's a third-year accounting student at the University of Pretoria. We're joined with Kele Mokeona. Kele, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm great. I want to start straight in with the sigh. So Kele sent me her pre-information and I quote, there was a bracket, there was the word sigh, and another bracket that closed the sigh. After just about like half the lines of all of the information that she gave me on her story. Why?
I think because you anticipate when you're going to apply to do something, you're going to be one of those record students and finish in the 3 years, and it will only take 1 year to do your honors, and you'll pass, and in 5 years, you're going to be doing your training, and it's going to end in CASA in a specific timeline. And then life happened and said, not here.
So I don't like this romanticizing of record time. I hate it. I hate the way we romanticize record time. Yeah. Record time, 7 years, blah, blah, blah. Truth be told, the most successful you may not be record time you.
True.
Because the difference between you coasting through, let's say you get your degree at 55% and you get into your postgrad. Your postgrad's going to be tough. You go into the professional world, you pass your postgrad, but you go into the professional world with a wonky base. Do you see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
You see what you have?
The realizations of, okay, my friends did it. My peers did it. Why can't I do it? What is happening? Is it me? Am I supposed to be where I want to be? Like, is this what I need to be doing? Or is God telling me that, girl, you need to go elsewhere?
So that's a great point you make. What would you say are the signs? Because now there's lots of people in your shoes, similar shoes as you. What are the signs that it's not working or that it's working?
I think for me, it took leaving to say, okay, I think I need to leave and experience life without this thing that feels like a burden to me right now, and actually decide when I'm away that it's what I want and I'm going to go get it.
That's big. You came back though.
I came back.
Why?
Because I decided that's what I want.
Because you decided that's what you want. Why is it what you want?
I feel like besides it being, okay, like I love accounting, but now it's like it's a thing to prove to myself that you can do it.
Okay.
Not that,
It's a good thing to prove. So in this book that I read earlier this year called A Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett, I quote it all the time. One of the laws, so it's Diary of a CEO, 33 Laws of Business and Life. One of the laws, I think it was law 8 or 9, is you must never compromise your self-story. And basically what that means is that you must always guard with your every being the story that you have of yourself. So the story that you're fighting for is the story that you can, is the story that you don't give up, the story that you'll push through.
Yes.
And I promise you, what people may not appreciate in their failing or getting less than that mark is that if you can just get back up, you are adding to a stronger self. How did you feel coming back?
I think it was different. Obviously, like, I literally only know one person in class, you know? But I did feel proud of myself. Like, I'm doing this. Like, I came back. There's many people who say, I'll come back. But I came back and I was like, no, this thing, it's not going to finish me. I'm going to finish. Yeah.
That's proper.
But it took a lot of, like, internal retrospection to be like, it wasn't my time. And I wasn't fighting for it as much as I thought I was. So I needed to go back home and fetch that fight and that belief in myself and then come and redo it.
Let's go down the retrospective journey.
Yep.
So I see where your strength may have come. Where did it start, this whole accounting thing?
Okay, so at home, my sister's a CASA.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And for me, I'm not an office job type of person. We have businesses at home. I've been involved in that and so what. So I think for me, the decision of going into accounting was, how can I get a job or an occupation that puts both business and, you know, can sustain me. So I was like, okay, no, accounting is the best for me. Then I started accounting and I was like, no, I really love this thing.
It's proper.
Yeah, debit and credit, no, it's my thing.
What about the qualitative analysis?
No, I like it.
I mean, look,
financial management is my best.
Because you love business.
Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky because you first, okay, obviously you had to have a certain maths proficiency, numbers proficiency. But now also you saw the business side.
English now, exactly. Then when I left, so I did my first attempt of third year. Terrible. I was averaging 35 for everything. I qualified to write my exams, and then when I was writing my exams, I crashed.
I was on less. I was averaging less when I failed. So well done, even with the little you did.
I qualified for my exams. I was like, okay, it's fine. Now I have a chance to get those CVTs and just get my degree. I failed all my papers except financial management. And at that time, I was with my friends constantly. They were passing. They got their degrees. They graduated. So depression came. Like, what is wrong? I've been putting in 40 hours a week besides lectures into understanding this work, and what I don't understand what I don't understand. What's happening? And now you also have to go back home and explain, Mom, I'm sorry, it didn't go how I expected. And they're also doubting, like, where you working? You go and you go party, and when you should be studying. And I'm like, no, but I put in the work. I was dreaming, Ifris.
You know, when you go, you know, it's real when you're going to sleep and you're thinking,
I was dreaming psycha handbooks, ISAs, Companies Act, and it just wasn't reflecting on the paper I was writing. And I was like, at this point, I was blaming the papers. Like, why didn't you ask me what I knew the most? So then I left. I ran the business by myself. My mom was like, do what you gotta do, girl. I was traveling from Mpumalanga to Joburg on a weekly basis, driving myself, having to buy stock, managing salaries and everything. And then I was like, I have the will now to go back. I have to go back. And then I came back.
But you're lucky, hey? I must say you're lucky that you get to... On some level, did you apply some of the stuff you learned?
I did. I did. I was like, okay, now I see you. Like, okay, financial management, I get you now.
Little bit of strategy.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, why is my inventory missing?
Ooh. I did the count. I did the count. I did it.
I was filing the company's financial statements.
Sure.
I was preparing the books. I lived accounting for a year.
And that is priceless, hey? It's priceless. And it's something that I got. So one of the big reasons why I wanted to drop out last year, when I failed, is because I didn't have a clear picture of what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And so I didn't put in work because it didn't feel like I was learning anything particular.
I get you.
But truth be told, you saw in real life what these things can mean. Like they actually mean something.
They do.
It's not just capital budget.
It's not happening in the sky.
You know, it's not just in the sky. Yo, that's big. Now let's zoom a little bit further forward, right? Let's look forward.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to the degree. What now is different this year that you're looking forward to?
I think now it's because I didn't realize that all along I wasn't pushing with belief. I just had a mission and it's just what I wanted. But now it's deeper than that. This is what I need, right? And I feel like we always like, okay, an accountant will do their degree, do their postgrad, get into auditing. I realize that it's bigger than that. It does. Not everyone has one journey or one path. I can take a different way.
That's what I'm trying to push with the podcast as well. Like the slogan, that intro, in the hopes that it will not end, but that it will begin.
Yeah.
Is to start to look a little further. That, guys, we're not learning capital budgeting. We're learning how to plan for investments.
Yep.
We're learning how to make an investment decision. You do the capital budget so that you can decide between one project or the other.
That's true.
That's why you make sure that if they have unequal lives, if this one is for 10 years and that one is for 5 years, that you can compare the projects to decide, okay, which one should I take on a cash basis, on a profit base? Like, these things are real.
And they are.
They're real. I love your mentality.
In every aspect of our life, there's a capital budget. There's projects. It's not just about school. It's about life and afterwards and relationships and
That's tough, man.
it's everything.
It's a tough convo. How has accounting helped you in that department?
In what? In relationships?
Yes. Has it helped you? Because it tends to do the opposite for most.
Yeah, no. I'm not sure, hey? I think it's
Has it raised your standards?
It hasn't, actually. It's made me more of a cautious person. Like, always, I'm auditing there.
That's good, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
You need to be an idiot in love. Otherwise, it won't last.
I have a different view, but this is your show today. The thing is, this thing consumes you.
It does.
This thing consumes you, and fortunately, it's valuable. But at the same time, I do hear you that you lose some touch.
Yeah.
You lose some touch.
Because it's also like a logical thing. We're doing very logical.
It's very logical.
Very realistic.
It's very logical.
And love is about passion.
You think? Okay. Very interesting, guys. Guys, be passionate. Be passionate about the capital budget. Maybe it'll transfer and it'll bleed
be
over.
An injection of cash flows.
Maybe a little injection of cash flows. Hey, but cash is another big aspect of that department as well.
It is.
And that's why we're here, guys. It's one of the reasons why we're here. But I think a big thing that you've mentioned as well regarding this whole looking beyond is we can become valuable.
We are valuable as we sit right here.
Even as we sit here. Even as we sit here. I mean, you went out and you found out the real way.
No.
The hard way.
I can do this.
Yeah, like you can do this.
I can make a difference.
What could you say to the other people out there that doubt that they have that value? Because I think people doubt that.
Yeah. I think have peace with yourself so that you can build the confidence to believe that you can do it. Because all it takes is belief. No one needs to tell you. No one is going to tell you. It's no one's job. You have to tell yourself. And that's when you'll see that the grass is green on the other side.
How many podcasts have you been on?
0.
She's lying to us. She's lying to
you.
us. Guys, all aspiring CAs out there, you're going to see Kele Mokeona in future. But yeah, that's big. That's big. Where do you find resilience?
Tough times.
Never last.
But I'm tougher.
Never last.
Yeah.
Tough time never last.
Exactly.
They never ever
And they
last.
will always be there. So you decide.
I was chatting with our AT, or the academic trainee, just before this, right? And he mentioned such a powerful idea in the after chat. So I didn't even get it on recording.
Yeah.
But these times, they are there to refine you. They're not there to define you.
True.
So if we take all that pressure that we get, if we take all of these tests, all of that information, and we crumble, we don't honor the power that it has to turn us into diamonds.
True.
Instead. And I love what you said, man. Like, you're tougher.
I'm tougher.
And if you're tougher, then you will become tougher.
Yes.
If you say that, look, there's a level of, I think in this realm, in the realm of mental toughness, these affirmations do help. Like, oh, dude, I can get through it. I just think, so we also had this interesting guy come around to talk to us about mental toughness.
Yeah.
So it's not confidence airy-fairy. You got to do the work.
You have to.
But the problem is, like, sometimes we'll do the work.
Yeah.
And then we'll still not believe in ourselves.
True.
What do you say to those people?
That's literally what happened to me. I was putting in hours, but I didn't have in me that I can actually do this. I was like, okay, is 12, I got you, but do I really got you? Like, was I feeling it in my heart? No. No.
I think we'll always, at some level, most of us, feel like imposters because we've never done the thing.
Yeah.
We've never done the thing.
And it's hard.
It's hard.
Like, people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough.
We end up reading about 2,000 pages in a semester.
Did you do the maths?
I did the math.
Yeah.
Each standard, the average of a standard is about 60 pages.
And you did the math. So is that just one subject though?
Yeah, that's just accounting.
That's just accounting.
Exactly. So it's a lot. It's overwhelming. But your problems are in proportion to your potential.
You have done a podcast before. Lying to me right now. Lying to me through her teeth.
So the bigger your problems, the bigger your potential.
Bigger your problems, the bigger your potential. And the bigger your problems, the more value you'll be able to provide.
Exactly.
That's the potential. The potential is that value. Because the bigger the problems, the
more you have to prove yourself.
The more you have to prove yourself, the more you have to prove it to the world. Because the world has big problems as well.
It does.
Hey, that we have to come and rise to.
Exactly.
If you could go back, Kele.
Yeah.
If you could go back to your first year, second year, maybe even high school self, what would you tell her?
It's okay. Like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be happy. Like, just enjoy it. No pressure.
Oh, I love that. It's a journey, guys.
It's a journey.
It's the road.
I wouldn't change anything that I went through. I think I needed it. As sad and depressing, like, I cried. My eggs were my eyes were the size of eggs.
Your eggs are the size of eyes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. English. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my friends graduated without me. I think it was just like,
yeah, that's painful. But at the same time, as you said, never take it back.
Yeah.
Never take it back.
Always look for something brighter to make it better.
Look for something brighter to make it better.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this episode, guys. Please tell us a belief if you have not already. Follow this Kele's done so well for you. The least you could do is follow.
Please.
Please.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Follow, guys. And I hope that it does not end, but that it begins in CASA. Kele.
Whoa.
Thank you.
No problem.
That was
I enjoyed
amazing.
this.